What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. At this point, it's got to be time for the Lakers to give up on this season, because this season has definitely gave up on them. It really, nothing mutual there in regards to anything good in regards to the Lakers. They just don't have it. They just don't have what it takes to win. And anybody in Lakers Nation can lie to themselves and tell themselves what they want. But the actuality, in reality, the Lakers are just a mess. They're just a team that is a part of the NBA, not one of the best teams in the NBA. They're not gelling the way they're supposed to. And if you look at the embarrassment of last night's game versus the Clippers, I think that tells it all. It really does. You lose to a team 4 straight times without their superstars, at least in 3 of those, three out of 4, or all 4 of the games, isn't a good sign. It isn't a good sign at all for the Lakers. And I'm just not sure if recovery time is on their side. And what I mean by that is they don't have time to recover, if you ask me. They don't have enough time in this season to recover, if you ask me. I don't believe time is on their side to recover, because it's only 20 plus something games left, and you're getting to the bitter end of the season, and you're looking like you're not even going to make the play-in tournament. I mean, now, if that happens, that would be the shock of the year for the Lakers not even make the play-in tournament. That would be the shock of the whole season. You at least got to find a way to get to the playoffs. Anthony Davis is not there. That doesn't matter. You weren't winning with him there. You weren't winning with all 3 players on the floor. You weren't winning with 2 out of 3, just like you're not now. So I don't know what changes really need to be made, except the ones I suggested before. But at this point, I don't even know if those changes are going to work. Because even if you put Russell Westbrook off the bench, who's to say he'll flourish? Now that the notion and the reports are out that there's a mutual agreement or something like that, that he's going to be traded this offseason. When you have things like that going around the locker room, floating around on websites, we all live by social media predominantly now, and social media is heavy, and people do a lot of talking. And when you hear things like that through the grapevine, people in your locker room talking amongst others in the organization, possibly, or some that you work with, co-workers, or you see it on social media, which Russell Westbrook, I'm pretty sure he has. The notion's been out there a long time now. In his mind, it's like he's probably thinking, why even give it my all? Because this is a failure operation. I came here to help this team win, or supposedly help this team win, and we're failing. And now the notion is about, it's out in the open about the Lakers openly looking for somebody else. They've been doing that since the All-Star break trade. They weren't able to. And it's like, how do you really gel like that? How do you play like that? How do you play with comfortability like that? It's like you're playing with a shadow, that's near you that you can't get rid of. It's almost like you're playing with a cloud over you. And I feel like that is, is definitely bothersome to him as well, even though he's not going to speak on or show any weakness when he's out there or when he's in interviews, which is good by Russell Westbrook not to do that. But it really just wears on you after a while when you keep hearing these reports, and now your teammates like LeBron James is basically, wants things different, or may not want you there, or whatever the case may be. It just wears on you after a while. And I can definitely see where Westbrook is coming from with that. But at the same time, LeBron wanted him there. LeBron asked for Russell Westbrook, and that's what they did. The Lakers do what LeBron say. LeBron is the guy in La La Land. He is. So if they would have got Buddy Hield, would their season be different? Possibly, yeah, because they would have added a really good shooter who could space the floor, and you don't want to leave Buddy Hield wide open because he will make you pay. And he could take people off the dribble some too. So it's like the team would have been a lot more together. I think I would say the team would have been, I don't know, more. I'm not saying they would be much of a better team. I think they would be better than what they are. I'm not sure how much better they would be with Buddy Hield, but I definitely think they'd be better. And Russell Westbrook is still a great player in his own rights, but at the same time, he's just not a great enough player for the Lakers, because unless he changes his game or take a step back somewhere in regards to maybe coming off the bench or something like that, who knows? That's the only way the Lakers might possibly win. But this season right here, it's almost like they might as well punt this season away the way it's looking, because if they can't even at least make the play-in tournament, I don't know what to say. That's probably that would be the most shocking thing of the NBA season. That'll be talked about probably for years, because, I mean, this ain't like back in the day where you could just make the playoffs or that's it. They're giving you an opportunity. Adam Silver is giving teams an opportunity to play in a play-in game to give themselves an opportunity to make the playoffs, being the 9th and 10th seed and 8th seed and things like that. Oh, I mean, the 9th and 10th seed, I believe. So it's like, wow, 2 extra seeds can possibly get in where it never used to be like that. So it's like having that extra, opportunity really benefits a lot of teams now, because they don't have to sit there and worry, I have to try to make the 8th seed and have a certain record. You can have a losing record and make it to the play-in tournament and get into the playoffs, which makes it kind of interesting, but also it's very untraditional. But at the same time, it's something we just have to get used to, because that's the way the rules are now, or at least going forward. And if the Lakers can't even at least make the play-in tournament, I don't really know what to say about this team. They are a catastrophe if they can't do that. And right now, they haven't won a game since the All-Star break, and it doesn't look like, I don't know, the way they play. I mean, looking at last night's game against the Clippers, it doesn't look like they're going to win any games anytime soon. I mean, they can't really just, come together and have a complete good game, full game. And it's really sad. It's really sad, and even if you're not a Lakers fan or anything like that out there, it doesn't even matter. If you're an NBA fan, it's sad to see the Lakers look this bad, because, I mean, if anything, bare minimum, they should be a 6th seed, bare minimum. With all the talent that they have, they should at least be a 6th seed. And I know they're older and things like that, but you got to figure it out. Frankie V has been a decent coach in this league for a while. He was good with Indiana, I believe. He was, he won a championship with the Lakers in the bubble. I mean, it's like, he can't be that bad of a coach. You got 3 superstars. You got decent role players. You got really good, decent young players. Malik Monk is really good. Austin Reeves is really good. Why are you losing the way you are? It's just very, very unheard of, very, very uncommon. And I can tell you, Kobe looking down is not happy with this. Not happy at all. I'm almost tempted to say now, I'm glad they changed the Staples Center to crypto. I'm glad they did, because the way the Lakers are playing, it don't need to be Staples Centers no more. Staples Center was for the winning teams. Staples Center was for Kobe, Magic, Showtime, people like that. Shaq. They weren't for all this losing. And even when they had down seasons, they didn't look this bad to me. So I don't know what to say for the Lakers, except, hopefully LeBron comes back for them, and hopefully they figure out a way to make things better. But I think this season is pretty much done. Even if they do slip into the first round, they're going to have to play either Golden State or the Suns. Bad matchup either way, because they can't even beat teams that they're supposed to beat. You're definitely not going to beat a team like that in a 7-game series with no defense. And the Lakers have no defense. They have a lot of offense, but no defense. And that's what's hurting them the most. They can score with you. They can come back in games. They can come back from a 21-point lead, but they can't sustain it and win those games because there's no defense. They just catch teams slipping where they take their foot off the gas and allow the Lakers, the Lakers make a comeback because the teams take their foot off the gas because they feel like what they're doing is too easy. And then when teams want to rev it back up, okay, the Lakers made a 17-0 run, Lakers made a 15-0 run or something like that. Teams kick it back into gear, the Lakers get beat. And it looks like that every game you watch with the Lakers, anytime the other team wants to just, turn that switch back on against the Lakers, they easily do. And the Lakers can't do anything about it. And as long as it stays that way, they're just going to keep losing. And this season is tanked almost. They're maybe a couple of games out of position of not even being in the play-in. And I think that definitely can happen because the way they're playing, I don't know who they can beat. They might be able to beat the Houston Rockets or a team like that, but I don't know if they can do that because they're just too old and they can't guard anybody. And it's bad. It's as bad as it's going to get. But either way, we'll see how the season ends up and we'll see what the outcome is. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section as always. And hey, Cali out.